Hi and welcome to my YouTube platform. I am Abeko Autry here on YouTube. Kindly subscribe and leave your comments down there. Welcome you once more. I choose to talk about the Black Stars today. The Black Stars, of course, have two friendly matches on this international break, and it's up against Mexico first on October 14, and that's in the United States of America, of course, and the second game will be against the United States of America, and that will be at that will be in Nashville, Tennessee. And interestingly, it's happening on Tuesday, October 17, 2023. It's quite important to note that our stars are in, and monitoring from sources from the Ghanaian Football Association over yesterday, Chris Hughton called a few players. Of course, the squad list have been released a long time ago, but some players were unable to come into the squad. So the likes of Tariq Lamptey, Daniel Amate, Alexander Juku, Osman, Bukari will learn and have pulled out of the two friendly matches. So that's against Mexico and the United States of America due to injuries, of course. They will always love to play for the Black Stars. And the quartet, of course, have been replaced by Kingsley Schindler, Jerome Opoku, and Stefan Ambrosius. Interesting to know that the current squad looks quite attractive. A lot of young chaps in the Black Stars setup. Know that Schindler and Stefan are currently in camp in Charlotte, where the team is preparing for the two friendly matches. Whilst Jerome is expected today. Today is Wednesday. As I do this video, is Wednesday. So later in the course of the day, there will be confirmation of course, Jerome Opoku getting into the Black Stars of Ghana squad as they prepare against the United States of America. 19 players trained yesterday. 19 players did the training yesterday, and it would interest you to know that the team of course trained the Charlotte FC's training facility. Quite impressive to note that, and it was an evening session in the training phase of the build up to their first friendly against Mexico. So Richard Ofori trained, Abdul Nuruddin Manaf trained, Lawrence Etizigi trained, Ali Seidu trained, Kingsley Schindler, as I indicated, is in camp, trained, Nicholas Opoku trained, Stefan Sambroisos trained, Gideon Mensah trained, Joseph Aidu trained, Joseph Penso as well trained, Salis Abdul Samed trained, Antion Semenyo was also in training, Ernest Nyama was there, Kingsley, Ransford, Collins Dorfer also trained, Jordan Ayew trained, as well as Elisha Owusu, and Naki Williams, and Edmond Ado, and of course Thomas Tepate, all training for the Black Stars yesterday in the training phases, the first of it against Mexico. So there was a 1 hour training in Charlotte, and of course it's instrumental to again know that the game against Mexico is an important exercise for our Black Stars of Ghana as we prepare for a lot of competitions, the African Cup of Nations that is staring us in the first time in January, and of course the World Cup and the qualifying matches as well, to book a ticket for that which will be happening in the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada. Quite important to note that one down as well. But know that the Stars will be taking on the United States of America, as I indicated, in Nashville, Tennessee. Important to have our Stars play some kind of friendly matches or so. But the Black Stars of Ghana have built a good rapport between themselves and the United States of America. I recall once upon a time, the BB Jet Asamoah getting one of the fastest goal and the beautiful goals in the World Cup's history, with that ball he controlled off the chest well. The defender was pushing him, put the ball on the ground, he bounced a little, and he just lifted the ball over the goalkeeper. A beauty of a goal. He describes that as one of his best goals. Of course, the one on top of his list was that against England, where he has to twist and wind, a bit of a twist and turn against Vincent Company, and then he slaughtered that ball in the pole. That's against England and the Wembley. That was what he describes as his most important or beauty of a goal. But the Stars have built a good rapport, as I indicated, against the United States of America. It's quite important because of the rivalry to give us that competition, and of course to keep on rehearsing that style of play that's been introduced by the head coach. You know, Chris Hughton, and try and see how his experiment, goes. I feel it's important what he wants to identify. I've always, in my subsequent video, I described Chris Hughton's play and what I feel is important for our Black Stars. But today I look at a lot of young chaps in our Black Stars setup who are still on a learning path. Recall that we've come out from a Black Stars that's phased out from a lot of players with a number of experience, and you call the number of players who have a lot of experience with this squad is Thomas Tepate and Jordan Ayew, and they've all been playing consistent football in their clubs. They've been getting, minutes in their setup. So it's all important to have some of these friendlies too. And this is an important. I must thumb the Ghana Football Association up because this is an important a fixture. Mexico is a good side from a southern part of America, southern part of America, and it's good to have them play because they play with some sort of aggression, and even though you might not know a lot of superstars coming up from their setup, they play with a certain force, and they have the Southern Americans have some attitude. They play with, they are forceful in play. They want to get results. They play as a team, and it's quite important to play them. For the United States of America, it will be the bragging rights for them should they win, because Ghana for some time have been having that upper hand over them. So a friendly match against them is quite important. We do all these things in rehearsals for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. It's happening in November, as I indicated. So it's good to have these players play. Of course, we've seen Thomas Tepate coming into the Arsenal's setup. He's one of our star players, plus Kudos Mohammed. We saw Partey come in and change the whole approach of the game. And if we're having him, rehearse with this guy, it's always important to have a lot of friendly matches. These are new guys who are playing. I mean, the names I mentioned and they are new names in the Black Stars setup, even though they've had subsequent call-ups. I must thumb the coach up. Keeping the core of the team is important, and introducing just one or two to come in, it gives you the core of the national team, and it gives you a solid base to compete in any tournament that you go in. So I feel it's good to have some friendlies like this, and all players accepting to come in numbers is quite instrumental. Yesterday, the squad was filled with a lot of smiles. Training at the Charlotte FC's training grounds, and it's quite good that they all showed in numbers to train for the game against Mexico first and the United States of America. Let me know what you think about this video, what your comment is, what the Black Stars are. Results for me is not quite important. It's about the style of play. We can. We've said that we've not seen what Chris is doing proper, but these friendlies give him the opportunity to, show us what he can do. So let me know from your comments section what you think about Chris Hughton or the performance of the Black Stars going into this game and the results that will pan out. So put in your comments down there and make sure you subscribe and stick to Abeko Watch here on YouTube. Put your notification button on. There's a lot of videos coming.